and welcome to this week's episode of
Advice from Your Besties. Each week, you have questions and we will give you answers. So, first of all, at what point do you friend zone someone?
When You Can't Stomach Their Existence Anymore.
Mhm.
Are you talking about? You're talking about like romantic?
Yeah, like romantic. Yeah.
Well, I can speak from experience. I have never done anything right before as it comes to relationships and like new romantic relationships. Oh, my roommate's not listening. I've never done anything right. Meaning, I went on 4 dates, never made out, didn't get ahead of myself, and just paced myself at the appropriate amount. Through your help and bad examples from others of what not to do, I did the right thing. They were never red flags, and probably after the 4th meeting. And I didn't rule anything out. I just acknowledged what I saw, bounced it off of you because you're reasonable. And, the introduction of asking men that we respect their opinion, that was something we've never done before, and I will continue to do again.
Yeah.
So your husband will be an active part of my dating future.
He looks forward to it.
He was great.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, after the first date, this is what I noticed. And he said, maybe nervous. Don't rule it out. Then I did 2, 3. And each time I dreaded meeting this person. Okay, I know that. No, I just wasn't eager. I wasn't excited. I don't believe in there were sparks initially. I can muster up sparks with anybody.
Right.
Like I can fill that gap.
Yeah.
I can create a false sense of spark. So it was, we mentioned this last week where it was, I asked you to come to
coffee.
To coffee and to just verify or vet or just like, am I way off? Should I continue this? I was kind of at a fork in the road.
Right.
And even you didn't want to
go. I did not want to go. I was like, oh, this sounds like it's going to be dreadful.
Why did you think it was going to be dreadful?
Well, because you didn't want to go. So if you don't want to go, I'm like, well, then why are we going? If like you don't enjoy this person's company, then I probably won't enjoy this person's company. I do need to go to just like age to see if you're off or on track.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to that's the only reason. Like, how far off am I?
Right. I don't know. The fact that you weren't excited about it, then I wasn't excited about it.
And I'm a golden retriever. I am down for everything and anything.
Yeah.
You want to drive to Commerce City to get my FedEx package? Yeah, I do. Let me pick out an outfit. I'll get snacks ready. The whole thing. The fact that I didn't want to go to coffee 10 minutes from here with you. Well, and the question is, why do you friend zone someone?
Well, I think also the fact that you had 4 meetings with him and not even so much as a kiss, on the cheek.
No.
Or even just a peck.
No.
And there was no inkling to want to do that. There should have been some chemistry.
There was going to be.
If there was going to be chemistry, I mean, there should have been chemistry right away.
It was not.
And then I don't really believe in kissing on the first date because make him work for it.
He'd certainly worked for it.
He certainly worked for it. So you kiss him on the second date.
No.
But you had no desire to. So
0.
I feel like if by second date, third date, you're like,
please don't make me. My body language was crossed off, and I was closer to the window than I was in the car. And he grazed my knee, and my skin kind of stood up on edge.
Oh my God, he touched your knee when we were all together. I was like,
we all did. All 3 of us were like, nobody missed it.
No
one missed it. So it was the first time I ever wore a skirt in which he was able to do that. And he intentionally did it.
Oh, 100%.
I told you this, but I haven't told our listeners. He took his hand. Can you describe what I'm about to do?
And then he put it behind your neck and grabbed your neck pretty forcefully. Yeah.
I was not comfortable. That kind of right there. I acknowledged it, but didn't use it as, that's my only red flag. Done and done. What was the final 2 things?
If there's no chemistry, no kiss by second date, I think that's when you friend zone it. And no wanting to kiss by second date. And if he meets your friend and the friend doesn't approve.
And you didn't even what would you have said if I said, I want to continue this?
I would say, okay, tread lightly.
He talked too much.
He
never asked me about anything about myself.
No.
So what I did, and when I said I did everything right, okay, the final nail in the coffin. I'm really triggered by finances when it comes to my significant other because my former relationship was so bad. Checking into a hotel, his card would frequently get declined. Or we were at the grocery store the other day and his card couldn't cover all $50. This 2 days ago. Intel told me that oftentimes his credit card it declines at the first of the month when it's one of his memberships.
Yeah. So that for you.
That's the
is
second
done.
time that finances. If I
Mhm.
can get some finance intel, I could probably tell you by midway during the first date because that is such a trigger for me. But because this man is a lovely human being and there's members of his family that we're going to stay in touch, said he just kept texting and so many fucking words. And I love words on a text. And I said, hey, what did I say?
You're like,
I don't want to
"Hey,
date.
I don't want to date, but if you want to be friends, I'm down."
Words.
But then it's like words, and he
Chasing.
lacks the self-awareness to be like, do you think maybe that this is why you're not interested because you're talk, and you won't let anyone else talk?
When I said 5 words at coffee,
I know.
I was like pouting.
Yeah,
I was like,
you were pout city.
oh, did you notice that?
Yeah, you were like, so pouty.
Where was I going to intervene?
Let me just like round it back out again for like 2 things to know if it's time to friend zone it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I blacked out. I started talking about me. It was very real time and it's been such a positive experience despite the fact that the outcome wasn't necessarily. And this, I wasn't looking for this. It dropped in my lap. It had met all the criteria. Arranged, Jewish, gentlemanly. I mean, the experience was a 5 out of 5.
Number 1, if you have no desire to even kiss him by the second or third date, that's just yuck. Okay, friend zone. And number 2, if there's no shared interest or hobby or anything that you could potentially ever see yourself doing together, friend zone. Honestly, you can't even hang out as friends if there's no hobbies to do. But to grow together as a couple, if there's nothing
other than going out to dinner,
ugh, that's not an activity.
That's not an activity.
That's a chore that you have to go.
Right. If there's no desire to text them,
I
had no desire to communicate.
That's a good number 3.
That is a good number 3. I mean, I think I knew all of these things after the first.
Right.
But I am so proud of myself for just saying it, not sugarcoating it, and not ghosting.
Yeah.
Today was so like, good. Enough is enough. I'm fucking tired of this. And then, what should I do about me? I don't know. Figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know. Go to therapy. See ya.
Was there any other questions? Can we do one more?
We can do one more. Do you think that you should only have pretty friends?
Yeah. I do.
Yeah, I saw this theory that you should only have pretty friends.
But you do already have only pretty friends. Let's tell that story.
I only have pretty friends because I feel like we probably just have more in common because you're probably into hair and beauty and shopping and self-care and you have pride in what you look like and confidence. So I think that all bounces off very well with each other. And that's why I attract pretty friends.
Do you have any ugly friends?
No.
Only when I don't do skincare and roll my face out. I didn't realize that I should have only pretty friends. I don't necessarily believe that you should have only pretty friends because that is not who I am in totality of friends.
Oh, well, now I just sound like a shallow bitch.
Well, when in Rome. When in Costa Rica. Okay, I value intelligence. I value outdoor activities. I'm new to the skincare beauty like glamazon lifestyle. Right. So I didn't identify as pretty until like recently.
I know, which is wild.
Wild.
So wild.
Aren't you so excited to be a part of my glow up?
I am.
Oh my gosh. I am. So no, but I do see the value in having them. You definitely need to have 2 or 3 pretty friends.
Right. I think also what I like about having pretty friends is that it's validating that you can be intelligent and you can hold a conversation and you can have an interest and be an interesting person and you're not just surface level. Because I'm not friends with dumb people.
No, dumb does not pretty doesn't mean dumb.
No, but I think sometimes that's what
especially the 2 of us. When you see us initially and then we kind of whip it out and we school you and they're like, oh, these are a force to be reckoned with. Smart pretty is lethal. We can get anything we want. Obviously, not everything. We're getting there.
We're not famous yet, but we're getting there.
Why is this podcast not everything yet? When's the Netflix special coming on this one?
We're ready.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But then I also saw this theory. This was a girl who I think sounds insecure. Is that
she's jealous?
Yeah, she's Yeah, she's saying that you should only have pretty friends because if you have a not as pretty friend, they're going to be jealous of you and they're going to try to tear you down.
And that's been her former experience.
Exactly. I'm like, okay,
she's probably the one tearing them down.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
You're just not having the right friendship.
Exactly.
They are hard to find. Do you find that you want to be friends with someone because they're pretty?
No, I think it's just a natural attraction.
You're like, I see myself in you.
Yeah, I see myself in you.
I'm so lucky that you were blind when we first met.
I'm so lucky I rescued you.
I can
rescued who?
I can dust this shit off. There is a diamond in there under all that fat. It's like 32% body fat in there. And you're like, I think I can mold this into something. You really took a chance on me. I really paid off, didn't I?
Really paid
And
off.
now you're like, I am proud of my robot that I created. You should be.
And then when someone else comes along that like doesn't know hair and makeup, I'm like, ooh.
Oh yeah. And then I get to be there and I talk like I've been a part of this lifestyle for a long time. It's only been 2 years?
Yeah.
Now I'm telling you hair care products. Oh, I love it. Ideally you have some pretty friends, but don't discriminate.
No, I don't discriminate.
But definitely have some. It's a different experience.
It's like pretty privilege in a pack is really something to
in a pack. Oh yeah. Because being a single pretty just isn't the same experience. God forbid you have 3 pretties.
I know.
Mind blown. Like at tea the other day.
Yeah.
Man.
I know.
We could have had anything we wanted.
And I love it.
Oh, it is a flex that you can't buy.
Well, that's all about friends today. So make sure you share this episode with your besties, no matter what they look like.
As long as their ears work.
Exactly.
Do you have ears? Great. We'll take them.
Yeah, and make sure you subscribe, follow at The Honestly Show on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. Give us 5 stars to tell us how hilarious we are.
And pretty.
Pretty first. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.